Right then, let's talk about Ireland. It's a place where the grass is so green it almost hurts your eyes, but it's not just the colour of the fields that's special. This island is absolutely soaked in stories. Every hill, every river, every old stone has a tale to tell. In Ireland, the line between the real world and the other world is a bit blurry. One minute you're enjoying a pint, the next you might hear a strange sound on the wind, maybe something magical. The air is thick with mystery, and the people have a twinkle in their eye because they know the secrets the land holds. Our folklore isn't just a collection of dusty old tales, it's alive. In our towns, our songs, our festivals. These stories explain the world around us, from why a rock looks like a sleeping giant to why you should never cut down a lone hawthorn tree. It's our history, our culture, and our entertainment all rolled into one. So, come on a little journey with me. We're diving into a world of myth and mystery, meeting grumpy leprechauns, wailing spirits, and visiting places older than the pyramids. And we'll try to figure out why, even in a modern world, we still love these old stories so much. Get yourself a cup of tea, pull up a chair, and let's unravel the enchanting tapestry of Irish folklore. Let's start with the most famous little fella of them all, the leprechaun. You've seen him on cereal boxes, but the real leprechauns of Irish folklore are a bit different. They're grumpy, solitary and mischievous. Think a cranky old man who wants you off his lawn, and his lawn is all of Ireland. Their main job? Making shoes for the fairies, always busy with their tiny hammers. But what they're most famous for is their pot of gold, supposedly hidden at the end of a rainbow. Humans are always trying to catch a leprechaun to get the gold, but it's nearly impossible. If you catch one, never take your eyes off him. He'll trick you and vanish in a blink. If you manage to keep your gaze, he must grant you 3 wishes or lead you to his gold, but beware. His wishes come with a twist. The leprechaun is just one of many magical beings in Irish folklore, representing the wild, untamable spirit of nature. He's a symbol of luck, mischief, and the Irish love for a good rogue. The stories are ancient, part of a wider belief in the wee folk who live in a parallel world to ours. He reminds us that treasures exist, but they're not easily won. He's a character who keeps us guessing and laughing. Just don't expect him to share his money with you. Now let's move from a mischievous little man to something a bit more chilling, the banshee. The banshee, or bean sigh, means woman of the fairy mound. She's a harbinger of death attached to certain old Irish families. When a family member is about to die, the banshee appears and lets out a mournful, terrifying wail. Sometimes she's a beautiful young woman, other times a frightening old hag. She might be seen washing a bloody shroud in a stream, a sure sign death is near. Her keening cry is unforgettable, a sound that pierces the soul. But the banshee isn't evil. She's a messenger, a spiritual mourner, giving families a warning to prepare. Having a banshee was once a mark of prestige, a sign of ancient lineage. Even today, people tell stories of hearing her cry before a loved one passes. The banshee taps into our deepest fears and the mystery of death. She's a powerful figure in our folklore, a ghostly reminder of the thin veil between life and what comes after. In Ireland, even death comes with a story. Let's leave the land and head to the coast, where the sea is just as magical as the fields. Here we find the selkie, creatures who are seals in the water, but can shed their skin to become human on land. Selkies are shapeshifters, caught between 2 worlds. Their stories are always about love, loss, and longing for the sea. A fisherman steals a selkie's skin, she stays with him, they marry, have children, but she always yearns for the ocean. One day her child finds the hidden seal skin. The selkie returns to the sea, leaving her family behind. She's never able to return, but sometimes she's seen swimming near the shore, watching her loved ones from afar. These tales speak to identity, belonging, and the pull between family and freedom. The selkie represents our connection to the wild, untamable forces of nature. The legend is common along Ireland's coasts, where the sea is a constant presence. The selkie story is hauntingly beautiful, a sad song on the salty wind. It reminds us that some things and some people can never truly be tamed. The sea always calls its own, and in Ireland, the sea's stories are never far away. Now let's move from mythical creatures to a place that's real, but just as mysterious, Newgrange. Located in County Meath, Newgrange is a massive ancient passage tomb, older than Stonehenge and the pyramids. It looks like a grassy hill, but it's a man-made structure built over 5,000 years ago. The entrance is marked by a huge, intricately carved stone, spirals and patterns whose meanings are still a mystery. Inside, a narrow passage leads to a central chamber with a high corbelled roof that stayed dry for millennia. The most magical part? For a few days around the winter solstice, sunlight shines through a special opening and illuminates the chamber. It's an ancient astronomical observatory, marking the rebirth of the sun and the promise of new life. How did people with no metal tools or wheels build such a precise structure? It's a mystery that fascinates us still. The stones were brought from miles away. The engineering is genius. Newgrange was a sacred place, a center for ritual and ceremony. It connected our ancestors to the cosmos and the spirits of their dead. Visiting Newgrange is like stepping back in time. It's a powerful reminder of the ingenuity and deep spiritual beliefs of Ireland's earliest people. Even today, it stands as a testament to the mysteries of the past. In Ireland, even the stones have stories. From an ancient tomb, let's travel north to the Giant's Causeway in County Antrim. Here, 40,000 black basalt columns form a path that disappears into the sea, like a road built by a giant. According to legend, that's exactly what it is. The story goes that Fionn MacCumhaill, an Irish giant, built the causeway to challenge his Scottish rival, Benandonna. But when Fionn saw how huge Benandonna was, he fled home, and his clever wife disguised him as a baby. Benandonna, terrified by the size of the baby, ran back to Scotland, tearing up the causeway behind him. Geologists say the columns were formed by volcanic eruptions 60 million years ago, but where's the fun in that? The legend of Fionn and Benandonna is a classic Irish tale full of bravado, humour and cleverness. The Giant's Causeway is where science and myth collide. It's a natural wonder that's inspired one of our greatest legends. In Ireland, every stone has a story, and sometimes the best explanation is a giant's footsteps. That's the magic of this land. Irish folklore isn't just about creatures and places. It's woven into our traditions and how we mark time. The ancient Celts celebrated 4 major festivals: Samhain, Imbolc, Beltane and Lughnasadh. These marked the changing seasons and were moments when the veil between worlds was thinnest. Samhain, on October 31st, was the Celtic New Year and the root of modern Halloween: bonfires, costumes and spirits walking among us. Beltane, on May 1st, welcomed summer with bonfires and flowers, celebrating life and growth. Imbolc, in February, marked the start of spring and honoured the goddess Brigid. Lughnasadh, in August, celebrated the harvest with feasts and games. These festivals show a deep connection to the land and the cycles of nature. They help people make sense of the world and feel part of its rhythm. Even today, echoes of these ancient celebrations live on in our holidays and rural traditions. They connect us to our past and keep the old magic alive. In Ireland, tradition is a living story. So why are we still fascinated by these old stories in the 21st century? In a world of smartphones and science, Irish mythology is more popular than ever. These stories connect us to a place and a past, turning ordinary landscapes into places alive with meaning. They give us a sense of identity and belonging, part of our cultural DNA. And they're just brilliant stories full of drama, adventure, romance and tragedy. Our ancient folklore is the original fantasy epic, inspiring everything from The Lord of the Rings to Game of Thrones. These tales explore the big questions: love, death, bravery and betrayal. They entertain us, make us think and stir our emotions. In a logical world, we still crave a little magic. Folklore offers an escape, a glimpse into a world where the impossible can happen. It keeps our sense of wonder alive. These stories remind us the world is still mysterious and enchanting, and that's a precious thing. We've met leprechauns, banshees and giants and seen how these stories are woven into Ireland's very fabric. They're in our landscape, our traditions and our hearts, a heritage we're proud of. Folklore is a shared inheritance, passed down through generations, told around firesides and now shared with the world. These tales have survived centuries of change, adapting but never losing their magic. They speak to the human condition: courage, loss, connection and wonder. They remind us to respect nature and appreciate the mystery just beyond our understanding. Folklore is entertainment, wisdom and a sense of wonder all in one. It gives us a language for the things we can't explain. Irish folklore is more than stories. It's a way of seeing the world. It invites us to believe in the extraordinary, even today. These tales will enchant generations to come. They are the soul of Ireland, and their magic will never fade.